Okay, we look like we're streaming. Day 197. Oh, hope you guys have been enjoying your week. We're wrapping it up on a Friday on a high note. For some reason, I can't really see the comments, so let me just jiggle this around a bit. Nah. Okay, we're going to roll with this anyway. Content moderation not set. Okay. Messages coming in. We are going to rock this out. Reese is here. Okay, I can see the comments today. We are rocking it out. So, guys, I'm going to let you into a little secret. I've never paid for newspaper ads. I've never paid for flyers. I've never paid for a market stall. Now, seems a bit crazy, doesn't it? How does Mark make all his money? I'll make money. I just literally have used online. I don't understand why a lot of people fight it. Have I been in the newspaper? Yes. Do you know what? I didn't pay for it. I got a quarter page ad, I think, or half page. I got a half page one time. And you know why I got in there? Kelly's here as well. I got in there because I fed them the story. I fed them a story of like how I built my company, how we'd done it online, how we tapped into, a different channel and everything else. And I got featured. Half a page for free. Didn't pay for it. Now, did I get work from the newspaper? I don't think so. Have I seen other people get work from the newspaper? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, some people got money from the newspaper running ads. But I like the world of the online marketing. I love it a little bit more. Why? Because you don't need to spend $400 a week on a newspaper ad for starters. You don't need to put money on flyers. So here's the thing. You go do a flyer, right? You get it all printed up and you put it there and you get 5,000 or 10,000 of these flyers done, right? And you get them from the printer. You look at them and you go, shit, I've screwed up, man. There's a printing error on there. At that stage, you either put it in the bin or you send it out with the error on there because there's no way of fixing it. That's why I like the online world, because if you screw stuff up, it's very quickly to fix it. You get in, you adjust the ad, you pause it, you run it again, and maybe you only spent $5 before you realized you balls up. Market stalls. When I first started to run the business up, a lot of people were like, you need to go to the market stalls, Mark. You need to go to the market stalls. Actually, I did pay for one market stalls, and it was an absolute fucking waste of time. F-bomb today, guys. But as I said, you've got this massive world of opportunity. It's going very dark and very moody here today. You've got this massive world of online marketing that you guys can tap into. Why the heck would you not go in that channel first? Did you do flyers, Kelly? I never even thought you would have done them. I think a lot of us have looked down that path. I've seen other people do them and realized, it's like the money you could put into ads or you could do something else. My last business that we owned and we had for 7 years, it was all online. Like it was online. We did AdWords, we did SEO, we did Facebook. And here's the cool thing. You got massive amounts of return on it. Now, here's the cool thing if you're watching this video. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but everyone's sort of gone quiet at the moment about Facebook ads and some advertising. Like everyone's just gone quiet. I put a post up and I was like, hey, does anyone have any questions around Facebook ads? Anyone want to have some questions? And I think I got 2 people actually respond to that. And that's indicating me that people are a little bit sick of Facebook ads, maybe a little bit sick of online. That's great, because I'm going to let you into a little secret today on a Friday. You know, everyone's been going on about crypto. Everyone's into crypto and like, man, I'm going to make fortunes because my mate of a mate has made all this money on crypto. Man, we're going to get in there. Here's the thing. When everyone's talking about something, that is your sign to exit the market. So if you've got crypto and everyone's talking about it out there and you're hearing it from the guy cutting your hair, you're hearing it from your in-laws and everything else like that, and they're all talking about how they're going to make all this money from it. At that point, you should be selling your shit and get out of there because that market's flooded. So at the moment, not many people are talking about Facebook ads because there's been all these updates and everyone's overwhelmed. So guess what? It's a prime time. While people ain't talking about stuff, you get into the market. So while it's quiet, as I said, like you've been buying the dip with crypto, whatever the heck you're doing, so I don't get entertained into that. But like seriously, like if you're not online marketing, like everyone's quiet at the moment. I find it fascinating. Like seriously, Google my business listing, get it set up, free. Post on your page, post in the groups, free. There's so many ways of making free money. Like if you're not making free money out there these days, like you can put some little money on there as well. You can run some ads, you can run some Facebook. Like you don't have to put much money. But as I said, I find it hilarious when people are like going the opposite way around and they're dumping heaps and heaps of money into newspapers, flyers, and they haven't even tapped the online market. And that's where I said I draw the line in the sand and I'm the online guy. I like pretty much being the online guy. Like, yes. So when people come to me and they go, hey, this is working really great. Like I'm getting all these stuff from doing my flyer drops and everything else. It's like, that's great. But why didn't you go online? Like there's much more market over there. and it's a lot less stress, and it's faster results, and you can change. And rather than having one fly going out there to 20,000 people that's all the same, how about you have 10,000 flies that are all different, customized out, That's how everything works out there. You can do multiple things out there. As I said, my last business, when I did it, was literally backed off Google Ads. Reason? No one was talking about it. All my competitors out there weren't running them. So Mark comes in because everyone's quiet about it, and I run Google Ads and I make money. Like that's the thing about it. Like seriously. And we're talking what, 10 years later? Since 7 years on that business, probably 10 before I started dabbling properly in Google Ads. And I've been working it on and off in the other previous jobs and seen how the effect of them would be. But as I said, like literally, if you're sitting there and you're putting money in there and you're getting substandard results, then don't like chop it off. Like if you're getting no results, and I say can that stuff right away, get rid of that stuff. If you're paying magazines or whatever you're paying and you're getting nothing, you can't even track these calls, stop spending it. If you're getting some calls and you're making business, then I'm telling you to take a slice of that money off and put it online. Because I said, like, you're going to be left behind at some stage. Like, it's getting harder and harder. But as I said, prime opportunity at the moment because no one is talking about Facebook ads or anything at the moment. Remember when it was all on your feed, like you go in there? I don't know, maybe it's because I cleaned my feed up and I started unfollowing all these people pushing Facebook ad courses. But it's literally a bit quieter out there. Like, a lot of people aren't very chirpy about it. A lot of people have sort of moved on. I mean, do you remember the whole, what was that stupid app that everyone wanted? Clubhouse. That was going to be the next social network. Who the hell's talking about Clubhouse now? Like, seriously, I got it. I was like, man, I got to get this new shiny object because everyone else has got Clubhouse. You know what? I got it. Used it for 5 minutes. Never used it again. I don't even know. I get a ping occasionally. I don't even know if people are still on there. Who cares? Make money online, guys. Like, seriously. Like, business isn't hard. Like, as I said, how easy is it these days? You don't need to go to a printer. You don't need to go to the newspaper, spend heaps and heaps of time. You don't even need to go to the TV station and get an ad cut and waste 6 months and then burn 50 grand. You can start today. Speaking from a guy who's done it multiple times and how many other people do it, the online space is so much better. And people that tell me it doesn't work, it just means you haven't figured out the strategy. Like, it does work. Like, there's so many different ways around it. And I said to my other thing, if people are sitting there going, okay, this works. Facebook works for every business, then I don't say that. Every business has got a different strategy and a different flow. Some people will be Facebook, some people will be Google, some people will be SEO, some people will be a website, some people will be tapping into the audience, all online. But the difference is they will use different strategies. Maybe the person will pretty much post, and because their product is so phenomenal and it's so new, they'll get a lot of interest from it and they'll post us on their page. You'll go to do the same thing and you'll get crickets because you need a better strategy. And maybe you need to start like commenting on people's posts, commenting, and joining and like, interacting a little bit more. You need to do a bit of outreach and, connecting with these people. And then you get the leads. Maybe you're business to business. Every strategy is different. As I've said before, well, you guys are fresh to it. So if you follow me on the page, if you have a restaurant, it's going to be very, very easy for you to market. You put a picture up of your food, people look at it and they want to come in because you serve everyone. Some of you guys will only serve a certain demographic, a certain customer, and it's going to be different. You're going to service different zones. Every strategy is different. So the blanket approach that everyone says Facebook ads work or Google ads work, you've got to find the strategy that plays with you. And some, maybe you're in a market that's blue ocean. And I said I was blue ocean. When I started that business 7 years ago, no one was running Google ads. So Mark came along and I was paying like 10 cents a click. It's not that now. I saw an opportunity and I took hold of it. And as I said, I think in the yesterday video, the video before about the gold nuggets, if you ain't sitting there and you've got an opportunity to go along and collect these gold nuggets off the ground before every other person comes and collects them for you, and then you've got to sit there and scrape and dig through the dust and get the little tiny ounces. If you're in a place now where like there's gold nuggets of opportunity where you can look along the ground and there's stuff there like lead, and you put them in your pocket, why aren't you doing it? Like, that's the reality. As I said, and then people come to me and they go, well, it doesn't work. And I go, do you remember we had this conversation 3 or 4 years ago and I told you should do this? Like, I've got some good friends and everything else, that they go, I wouldn't mind running Google ads now. And you're going, do you remember we had this discussion 3 or 4 years ago? Back then there was massive opportunity. Now it's like $50 a click. And they go, I can't afford that. And you go, well, there is a strategy to use, but we're going to have to go a different angle on this. But they don't believe in it. So yeah, I've made most of my money online. That's been my whole career. like making money online, and not in the affiliate marketing sleazy way. It's been building businesses, looking for opportunities to market it. My last job where I worked at there, if you saw, I'd worked there, it's mind blank, I think it was 15 years. 15 years, man. And what was I doing most of that time there? Online. Building out like pages and everything else while another guy optimized them out. We did AdWords, we did other crazy stuff. We found gaps in the market, but we found holes. Like that's what we did, you know? And that's how you find your customers. Oh, you can go out there and drop flyers, you know, spend like everyone else pushes you. And there's a reason why they tell you that, because the post office and everyone else makes money off you, and there's no guarantee on it. That's what I find funny, you know, when people go to the newspaper or they go get flyers done, they're fine because they spent a couple of $1,000s and didn't get any results, and that's okay. But as I said, when they spend $50 on Facebook ads and it doesn't work, God help them. You know, that's not good enough. Or they get one lead. They get one lead and they're like, I got one lead from Facebook ads, Mark, and I spent $50. And you go, how much was that job worth? They go, oh, it's worth $500 or $600. And you go, was that not good enough return for you? So work out what it's worth to, what are customers worth to you? Like figure out your profit. And as I said, most of you guys that should be following this should be service providers. You should have a good profit in there because you're selling your skills. Skills mixed with maybe some product on there, but the majority of your thing is you're selling your service. And that is the beauty of it, guys. If you guys are following me and you guys are service-based providers, you're in a good space. You're not the other place where everyone's buying stuff and they're having to resell. Because when they do that, their margins are so tiny. They've got to sit there and they can't run ads because their bulk of their product, like their product is like, you know, probably 80% they've already got to outlay and there's 20% profit in there. So when they run the ads, they haven't got much to play with. You guys should have a big chunk of return there. Like I said, but don't sit on this too long. Like, you've heard so many people talk about this, you know, that it's getting harder and harder. But if you don't start now, it's going to be harder next year. Like, seriously, things are changing. But that's my rant for a Friday. As I said, I've never run newspaper ads, flyers. I've seen people do them. I did pay for a market stall. And here's the thing, that market stall, you know how much of a waste of time that was? That was like an event with the education department, everything else. It was a massive event, massive vendors down there. And it was promoted as like, you're getting access to all these teachers and everything else. There was an hour window and it was like a rush and they were all getting their lunch. And that was the hour window we had. We had an hour window where it was their lunch break and there was like 50 or 60 of us vendors set up. 1 hour. And what would I be thinking if I was a teacher or something like that? I'm hungry. I've been sitting in this conference. I'm going to go have some lunch. That leaves them 20 minutes to go through and see 50 vendors. I think that day we probably sold $50 worth of product. And that's when I was like, that improved my thing. Because people are like, you need to attend this, Mark. And when I attend it, you know, when I sit there, I always think about these things. If I'm sitting at a market, I sit there and I go, I'm going to spend a day down here, eight hours. What would my wage be? Or what's my value? And you could start and say it's $100 an hour, whatever you guys are doing, because you guys should be CEOs or bosses or whatever you are. Your time should be worth a bit. And if you go, well, Mark, my time's not worth much, I'm going to do a bombshell drop on you guys here. If you sit there and you think your time's valuable in a market stall, I'm going to tell you a VA you can hire for about $5, $6, $2, anywhere in that range. And at that point there, you're telling me you're worth $5? Like, that's the reality, guys. I remember sitting down there and I was like, 8 times 100, $800 at least. And it's probably cost me more an opportunity sitting down here and I made $50. So in reality, I didn't make $50. I lost $750. So you need to reframe some of this stuff, guys. But as I said, I like to test stuff out, mess around. And I said, I always trust my gut. Online's the way to go, guys. Don't know why I'm pointing. On that note, I'm getting out of here. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Reese, if you're on here. I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I'll be here not bright and early because it's always in the afternoon. So I'm going to wrap this up. Catch you guys later.